Hi.
Hi.
Sarah.
Abe Freedberg, it's AEMC.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Come on in.
All right.
Have a seat.
Thank you. Is it okay to take a seat here?
Yes, that's perfect.
All right. Thank you.
All right. How's your day going?
It's going great. How are you doing today?
Good.
I'm very glad Jenny was able to set this up.
Yeah, Ginny's great. Been known her for so many years now, so if she says take a meeting with you, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, that's great. She was saying you guys are actually really great golf buddies. You guys go a lot?
Yep. When the weather's a little bit nicer than it is now, we try to get out there as much as possible.
Yeah, hopefully it'll definitely warm up in the next couple of weeks.
It has to at this point.
Yeah, it definitely has to. She also said you're very busy, so I want to make sure that we have 10 minutes today.
10 minutes is perfect, yep.
All right, do you mind if I take notes during the process?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, that's great. So if we're good for 10 minutes, then the first thing I really want to do is lay out an agenda. I did some research on your company,
Okay.
but obviously because you're private, there were some few aspects I'd like to ask you about, gain a clear understanding of your day-to-day activities.
Sure.
Then I'd like to tell you about what I do over at EMC, as well as how our company provides value to customers.
Okay.
And then finally, if everything sounds good, I'd love to set up a meeting for next week and possibly show you some more of our products in more detail, as well as the cost structure.
Great, that sounds good. I'm interested to see what you have, to be honest with you. I always thought of EMC as just this huge company that tailored specifically with their solutions to large companies as well. I had no idea that you guys even play in the small and medium market space.
Yeah, you're right. We do tailor to a lot of Fortune 500 companies, but we also tailor to medium and small sized businesses.
Okay.
For over 3 decades, we've been doing this, and we're able to, because we have the intel, the personnel, as well as the equipment to satisfy and add value to various companies' IT departments.
Okay.
I personally work with medium-sized businesses in the Northeast and have an IT rep. I'm going to give you both of our cards.
Okay.
My IT rep's name is Adam.
Great,
He's
thank you.
directly involved with medium-sized businesses in the Northeast, and I'm
Okay.
just the seller, Abe, for all
Okay.
medium-sized business in the
Great,
Northeast.
well, thank you so much.
So there's both those business cards. Does that satisfy that question?
Yeah, that's great, thank you.
All right. Well, if everything's great, I'd love to move on.
Okay.
Before I start, is there anybody else who should be in this meeting? Any final decision makers?
No, I'm the only one available today.
All right, excellent. Well then, let me get my notes ready. The first question I really wanted to ask you, which is, can you give me a brief overview of your current IT system, the
Sure.
infrastructure, and how it provides value to your company as well as your customers on a day-to-day basis?
Yep, absolutely. So right now what we're using is called direct attached storage. So we're
Okay.
storing all of our data right on the servers themselves. And I know it's not the most up-to-date technology out there. However, it's what we're comfortable with. It works for us. I have a team of 3 that work with me, and they're all comfortable with the technology as well. So, with that being said, we do experience some downtime with it, and that's where we're facing some challenges, because what's most important to us is our end users, our customers, and if they don't have access to their data through online banking, through any portal like that, that's a challenge for us, and that's not okay, just because they are the most important thing. They keep our company afloat. So that's where we stand today, and we're growing into another branch in Hopkinton. I'm not sure if Ginny told you that or not, but so we're expanding, and we need to figure out a roadmap as to how we're going to approach that situation.
Yeah, that's actually my second question. Is obviously you're moving to this branch in Hopkinton?
Yes.
Am I correct? Now, how is this process going to be reflected in your IT department? Are you going to bring? You said you have direct attached storage systems.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to bring that over to the new branch, or what steps have you taken to implement a new infrastructure?
Sure. So the roadmap is something that we're definitely still working
Okay.
on. So the plan right now is to move ahead with direct attached storage at the second location, unless we can find something that is easy to use and affordable.
All right. So cost is definitely a major factor for you.
Always. Yep.
Okay. Now, what steps have you taken to ensure a smooth? I mean, obviously, you say you haven't taken a lot of steps to make a final infrastructure move, but is data management a problem for you, especially moving over? I know a lot of companies lose data in the process.
Yeah.
Is that definitely a concern for you moving forward?
So we're lucky that we're not essentially moving, we're just expanding. So we're going to need to implement a whole new IT infrastructure at our new location. It's just now we're deciding what that is going to be.
All right, excellent. And then you said you have downtime with these systems. Is there any other issues you'd like to work on as you move over to the new as you expand to the new branch?
Honestly, that's the biggest one. That's the one that pulls us away from our family time and our personal lives. We need to come into work to make sure that everything's up and running. So that's the biggest red flag and our biggest personal challenge.
Okay, so let me ask you, would you be interested in a product then which saves time, saves money, as well as ensures a smooth transition as you expand and as your data expands as well?
I mean, ideally, yes, yep.
All right, well then, let me tell you a little bit about what EMC and what we do.
Okay.
So EMC is a global leader in enabling businesses to transform their business operations by delivering information technology as a service.
Okay.
For over 3 decades, we've utilized innovative products as well as services in order to add value to various companies' IT departments as yourselves. And as I said before, we do this for large companies, small companies, and we're able to do this because of the people and the technology that we have in place.
Okay.
One thing I also like to add about our company, which I think is interesting, is that we've been a consistent leader on the Dow Jones Sustainability Index for over a decade.
Okay.
I grew up working on a farm in Edgartown, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
and I always thought it was really special, and a lot of our clients feel it's really special that EMC is a social neighbor in all the communities in which we operate in.
Interesting. Okay.
So now, we also have a great marketing research department, and they found out that 90% of businesses in the United States do not take proper care of their IT infrastructure. And because of this, over 42% of the budget is spent on just maintaining the infrastructure that they have in place. And thus, this takes up time. Like you said, it costs money, and many other factors that inhibit people from actually doing their job at the highest level. So, I'm sorry. So in relation to the direct attack storage systems, what we found is that it has trouble holding information throughout multiple locations, like you're going to in Hopkinton. And because of this, there's an overabundance of maintenance as well as material. Thus, as your sales grow, as your space grows, this is going to lead to more servers, more complexity, and more hassle to protect your data and thus your money. You said that you don't want customers to lag downtime. Well, that will happen if you continue with the direct attack storage systems. It's a problem that we found with many of our customers moving forward. So, you also talked about time management. This system will consolidate external servers, SQL servers, web-based servers, as well as employee desktops onto one easy-to-use system. That way, you're not running around trying to figure out all these direct attack storage systems. And furthermore, we have a 24-hour customer service line as well as IT reps such as Adam who can help out with any problems you may have to make sure that time is spent efficiently and more towards innovation rather than just maintenance.
Okay. No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Everything that you're saying sounds appealing, right? How could it not? You're going to save us time, reduce complexities in our environment. So yes, sounds appealing to me as I deal hands-on with the equipment. I have no decision-making power, to be honest with you.
Well, that's great, but you do have influence. You have influence, which is just as important. You're the head of the IT department, and I'm positive that Betty and George take your word for a lot of things. So what I'd like to do is set up a meeting for next week. Would Betty and George be available next Tuesday at 2 o'clock?
Yeah, I can certainly see if they're available, sure.
It would be really helpful if I talked to your secretary outside and just mark down a time.
No, we can do that right now. That's easy.
All right, excellent. So 2 o'clock next week on Tuesday.
Okay, I will check their calendars and we'll make it work.
All right, excellent.
Okay.
All right.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Okay.